Hey everybody, it's Tom. It's Thursday afternoon, about 12:30 Eastern time, which is local for me. And we're here for another SSFA playoff game here in mid-July. It's going to be the Baltimore Ravens, coached by Jeff Bevier. Traveling to Cincinnati to take on the Bengals of Butch Schramak. I believe is how you pronounce that. I got to learn that pronunciation. It's a divisional round playoff game. There was an epic game last night between Dennis's Seahawks and Jay's Jacksonville Jaguars. It came down to the wire. Jacksonville pulled it out on a couple of late turnovers, 27-24. We might be having some technical difficulty here. I'm not sure. Give me a moment. All right, guys, we're good to go. The kickoff is imminent. There's a little communication difficulty with me joining. I had to use Hamachi, and I don't think that I've called any of Jeff's games so far. And it's going to be the 10-6 Baltimore Ravens. They won their wild card game 28-20 over mixed Atlanta Falcons. Now the Ravens are led by Cam Newton. I played against both of these teams early in the season. I lost to both of these teams. And there's a good chance I'll actually be playing one of them again in the semifinals. If Nathan can hold off the upstart Chiefs tomorrow night, then I would play the winner of this game. Either in Cincinnati or hosting Baltimore. And then the kickoff, as they start without me, there's no problem there. Short kickoff to the 15 was returned 18 yards by LaMichael James. He's an off-tackle left for Jamal Charles. Cincinnati has the ball. They're at their own 33. Defense guesses pass, and Jamal gains 4 on the off-tackle. The Cincinnati club is led by Matt Ryan, a quarterback. Jamal Charles is the halfback. Solid offensive line. He likes to West Coast it. Does Coach Butch for Cincinnati. He's got T.Y. Hilton and Keenan Allen at wide receiver. Scott Chandler, tight end. Excellent pass blocking on both of these teams. Off-tackle right to Jamal Charles. Defense guessing pass again. Baltimore played good defensive ball. It's a 5-yard gain, but there's a penalty against the Bengals. Clipping. 15 yards, going to bring that back. Can't see that too much in the NFL nowadays. So I got to collect my gatherings, as they say. Collect my gatherings. That doesn't sound right for some reason. I am broadcasting. My mic is good. I always have to double check that. A little bit of paranoia. It's that big 15-yard penalty. Instead of a 3rd and 1, Cincinnati's now facing a 2nd and 21. Baltimore responds by going 3 wide. It's a short pass to Scott Chandler. Cincinnati was 3 wide. Baltimore responded by going nickel. Matt Ryan connects with Chandler for a 10-yard gain. And I want to bring up the game noises and the animation. That should help a little bit. Let's see if it slows them down at all. If so, I'll get rid of the animation. 3rd and 11 for the Bengals at their own 32. On their opening drive, they were hurt by a 15-yard clipping penalty. They go 3 wide, 1 halfback. Marvin Jones is the 3rd receiver. Short pass, Keenan Allen, who's double-teamed. Nice double cover there by Jeff, and it's an incomplete pass. And we got a 4th and 11, so Cincinnati's going to punt with Bruce Kern. I did not get a chance to check out the special teams on these clubs before the game, so we'll find out here what we're dealing with. It's a good kick from Byrne, 45 yards. That's going to be down around the 25 for the Baltimore return man. And that is Keyshawn Martin signaling for a fair catch. He has a touchdown on 2, not a lot else going on. And if he is the kick returner as well, he's only mediocre at that. The Ravens are led by Cam Newton at quarterback, who threw a ton of interceptions, but the Ravens forced a ton of turnovers to offset that. They go pro set, showing pistol with Arian Foster and Marcel Reese. Arian Foster, remember, was injured a lot in the 2013 NFL season, so he has limited carries for this game. Maybe 13 of 14 healthy ones. Torrey Smith and Doug Baldwin are wide receivers. Jared Cook is the tight end. It's a pitch out. It's an end run left quarterback keeper for Cam Newton. Defense guesses run, and Newton on his own card loses 2 yards. Cam has a pretty good end run card, and Jeff runs him. I thought mostly on must runs, but he's got a great pass blocking line. But I guess there are some designed runs as well, as he needs to enhance the limited attempts offered by Arian Foster. And he does not really have a very good extra running back, so Cam Newton does run the ball a lot. But being able to run with unfatigued guys is a problem for Baltimore as this game gets to the second half. Flat pass left to Marcel Reese, and there's a penalty on the play, offsides against Baltimore, so they lose 5 yards. Would have lost yardage anyway. And now it's 2nd and 17 for the Ravens at their own 16. What I meant earlier was the Ravens do not have a lot of running backs to run the ball with, so as the game goes on, finding fresh guys to run the ball with is a problem. Can be a problem for them. 2nd and 17, Cam Newton, the quarterback out of the pistol. Marcel Reese, the running back, more of a receiver. Sure bet Jermaine Gresham, the second tight end, is being double teamed by Butch. And there's an incomplete pass on the double team. You like the double team even more against a running quarterback because you get rid of those must runs. Counterintuitive, but you do. As far as the NFL goes, counterintuitive. But for Strat, that's how it plays out. I like Cincinnati's defense in this game. They're a little weak in the linebacking core. 4-4-4, but Cam's not the best flat pass quarterback, and I don't think Jeff likes to throw it as much as most guys would, even with a quarterback who's not that great. 3rd and 17, Baltimore's first possession at their own 16. 3 wide, 1 halfback. The defense goes dime, and they stay in that dime. No double teaming. It's a short pass to tight end Jared Cook, who's covered by a 6. Receiver reading is incomplete. Cook is a pretty good receiver. We got a 4th down and 17 now for the Ravens. They're going to punt for their own 16. I think Cincinnati has decent return guys. Sam Martin and punt. There is a block on 12. The defense goes for a block. 7 is a 50-yard punt. It's going to be down to about the 34-yard line for the Cincinnati return man, who gets an 8+7. That's Michael James. No, he's not a very good punt returner, so I was mistaken about that. There's not a lot going on in the return game for punts anyway, it looks like, for these two teams. But good field position for the Bengals after they stymied the Ravens and had that big penalty. The Ravens already weren't going anywhere, it looked like, on that drive, but you never know. The Bengals have 1st and 10, their own 41. Left tackle right to Jamal Charles. This time the Ravens guess run for the first time of the game, and they plug the zone with that middle linebacker 6. But Charles gets a good block from Pro Bowl guard Marshall Yand, a very fine offensive line for both pass blocking and run blocking on the Cincinnati club. I think this was the team built by Kendall Crick. Made the Super Bowl last year and lost, but they have a lot of ability on this team. He started with the offensive line. Ravens defense goes 4-5-5-4. They play a 4-3. There's a flat pass right to Scott Chandler against the Ravens linebacker 5. 6 is complete for 3 yards. This Ravens linebacking core goes 5-6-6 in a 4-3. And they have at least 1 6, I believe, in the secondary at corner, perhaps. They got 2 6s, corner and safety. A lot of these teams have been playing really good defense this year. Multiple linebacker 6s and at least 1 corner 6. And you see them putting up really good defensive numbers because they can stop the passes a lot more. They don't have to flood the flats as much. They can double team. They don't have to double team for that 6. Regularly. Linebacker to Jamal Charles. No linebackers there. He left the outside linebacker, came to the line of scrimmage, blocking back +3 or +1 on 3rd and 3, and that is a 3-yard first down, a 3-yard gain for Jamal Charles, as Michael Rivera made the block. I don't even know if Michael Rivera is allowed to play blocking back in this league. He's not. He's only a tight end on the card. I'd like to say something, but then I would interrupt the broadcast. Pitch out right to Jamal Charles. Keenan Allen double teamed, and Charles gets box scores and that end run card. It's a long gain. He's going towards the end zone. He might get tripped up. Jamal Charles brought down at the 15-yard line by a hustling Ravens defender after a big 34-yard gain. And that's the way Jay likes to do it. He likes to go West Coast. Jay, I keep saying Jay. Jay was last night. That's the way Butch for Cincinnati. Butch's Bengals likes to do it. Likes to go West Coast, likes to run it with Jamal Charles, and hopefully get a couple of big plays in the running game. Here's a looking pass to Mike Rivera. Defense looking run. Perhaps at halftime I can say something. Linebacker in the zone. He's a 6, so there's that automatic incompletion. As well, Earl Thomas actually came up from his safety position into the looking pass. He's also a 6. And the middle linebacker came onto the line of scrimmage. But either way, you have an incomplete pass. 2nd down and 10 for the Bengals at the Raven 15-yard line. I need to say something about this blocking back tight end situation. Almost certain that Michael Rivera is not allowed to play that in this league. He has an off tackle to Jamal Charles, defensive tackle +3 or +17. Marcel Darius, the outstanding young defensive tackle for Buffalo, is a 5. So he makes the play against the white die 4, so a 3-yard gain would have been a touchdown. But you needed a white die 6 to beat that. 3rd and 7 for Baltimore at the Cincinnati 12-yard line. 3 wide. It's Marvin Jones, I think, is the guy's first name. I know the Jets' old linebacker was Marvin Jones. I think it's Marvin Jones, the guy in the Bengals, is the 3rd receiver. 3 wide, nickel 3-3-5 for the Ravens. You got off tackle right to Jamal Charles behind those 6s. You got 2 6s over there. Offensive line to +7 and +2. That is Scott Chandler is only he's 0 in that formation. He was a 4 before getting watered down due to the passing offensive formation. And now it's 4th and 5, only a 2-yard gain for Charles. Dan Carpenter comes on, very fine kicker, and delivers the field goal from 27 yards to make it 3-0 Cincinnati midway through the first quarter. Winner of this game advances to the SSFA semifinal. And the kickoff by the Bengals is deep for a touchback. And the Ravens will come out for their second possession. Two tight ends, two wide receivers, a running back, and the pistol. Arian Foster will be that running back. Jared Cook, the right tight end, Jermaine Grisham, the left tight end. Short pass, Jermaine Grisham against single coverage. Everyone blitzing for the Ravens, for the Bengals, rather. It's a must run, but Cam is brought down in the backfield for a 4-yard loss. Statistically, that'll be a sack for Joe Mays. So Cam's must run code is not that great, 2 to 7 for 5 yards or more. I think he'll be better next year. Plus, now Strat is taking the kneel downs out of the equation, and that should help all the running quarterbacks get better must run columns. Second down of 14. The Ravens may have negative yardage so far this game. I'm not sure. Long pass, Torrey Smith being double covered. No blitz on. And it's a dump off as Newton wisely checks down instead of forcing down the field and gets a big 20-yard gain to tight end Jared Cook. That's a 10 on the defense's card. Now, this Bengals team does not have a good pass rush. And this Ravens team has excellent pass blocking. So the dump off is going to be a problem. Basically, the Bengals not able to get to Cam Newton, and Cam will be able to check off to secondary receivers underneath. Probably for most of the game. He's a play action to Torrey Smith. Defense gets his run. It's a long pass to Smith, defended by a 5. No one is there. Receiver reading. Smith catches it and steps out of bounds after a 29-yard pickup. A big game for the Ravens down to the Cincinnati 35. You see Torrey Smith known for his long passing ability in the NFL and in Strat, and has a very fine long pass receiving card. It looks maxed out. Indeed, it is maxed out as I do the quick math. Play action to Jared Cook. The defense is looking run too often here on this drive. And Jared Cook makes a catch for 14 yards. A couple of receiver readings on the defense have allowed these Raven receivers to advance down the field. Rookie outside linebacker Jarvis Jones for the Bengals is down in the play, and he'll be out for the rest of the contest. He was a 4-5, and he gets replaced by a 0-0 Ray Armstrong. So a weak Cincinnati linebacking core gets even weaker. Pro set pistol for the Ravens. Cincinnati goes 4-3. That guy, that 0 is going to be covering Marcel Reese. That's a problem. Linebacker Arian Foster, defense double teaming Marcel Reese, anticipating a center blocking +12 or +4. But Stefan Winooski is a very good center. He's a 5'7", I believe. Missed that block on a 6-wide die, so it's only a 4-yard pickup for Arian Foster. Foster's first run of the day. We have second down and 6 for the Ravens at the Cincinnati 17-yard line. They go to the two tight end again. Flat pass right to Jared Cook. 2 men in the zone. So that could be trouble here. And the defender -2 or +1. Jared Cook makes the catch, but Eric Weddle, the Pro Bowler, perennial Pro Bowler, forces a 2-yard loss after the catch. So Jared Cook loses 2, 3rd and 8 for the Ravens at the Cincinnati 19. Cincinnati leading 3-0. First quarter, this game is zipping right along. And it's going to be 3 wide, 1 halfback. Marcel Reese, the halfback. I would like to see him maybe stay in the 2 tight end or the blocking back, because you're going to be Reese will come in by the 0. You have a good extra receiver there anyway. Short pass to Danny Amendola. The extra receiver is double teamed. They look, and the double coverage helps. Cam Newton fires it anyway, and it's picked off inside the 5. Cincinnati getting a return. The double team by the Bengals, and Cam Newton, I guess, didn't see it, and tried to force that pass in there in the red zone. It was picked off by safety Rashad Johnson of Cincinnati, ending the scoring threat, and that's big, because I think the Ravens may have a hard time scoring against the Cincinnati defense. I don't like the matchup for them on that side of the ball. So any points are huge. And that negated the field goal attempt. Short pass to Scott Chandler. Got single coverage. The Ravens are blitzing. The Ravens do have some pass rush. Defender extra short gain. I think that guy's a 5. He might only be a 4. He was a 4. Duke Ihanachi. It was a wide die 5. So Chandler makes the catch for a big 19-yard completion on the first play from scrimmage for the Bengals after they intercepted Cam Newton in the red zone. First down and 10, Cincinnati at their own 34. Blocking back formation. You're not going to see a lot of long pass attempts from Butch. Of course, as soon as I say that, I bet he goes up top. Flat pass right to Jamal Charles. Defense guessing run. Butch wisely throwing away from those 6s, and Matt Ryan completes it for 8 yards. Ryan has an excellent flat pass card. High completion percentage, low turnover quarterback. Even the interception split is 2+5 and 4-12. Now, Cincinnati did throw at that middle linebacker because he doesn't want to allow Jeff to just bring his linebackers up willy-nilly. Long pass, Keenan Allen. Nobody there. He's only covered by a 4. Defense gets his pass, though, and has 1 blitz on. Let's see what happens. You want the defense's card. Defender extra long game would be nice. And Ryan has time, but decides to dump off to a secondary receiver underneath, and he finds his man. I can't see who that was. James Devlin for a 10-yard catch. That's a first down for the Bengals at the Raven 48-yard line. Cincinnati driving. Butch is an experienced coach. He's played in a lot of big games. I played him a couple of big games this year. And 1st and 10 for Cincinnati. Flat pass left to Michael Rivera. There's nobody there as Jeff Litz is the guy, the outside linebacker. And with no one there, it's a 6 plus 10 to the blocking back, Rivera, who should not be a blocking back in this league. But I have to stop the broadcast and start my voice program to relay that information, and they wouldn't even know it if I wasn't watching the game, so I'm just going to have to let it go, I guess. And my apologies to people who get upset about the rule. But I'll tell Butch after the game. Flat pass right to T.Y. Hilton. I should probably not tell me after the game. There is a man there, and 10 is a 6-yard gain on Matt Ryan's guard. I'm going to mention something about this rule, I think. I'm going to go dormant mute for a minute. So I decided to intervene anyway. It was bothering me. There's a lot of different leagues, a lot of different rules. Guys handle the situation differently. And I'm sure Butch overlooked it. He plays in a few leagues, I know. And we all have issues at times keeping some of these so-called house rules. They are house rules. Keeping some of these house rules straight. So no harm, no foul. And we got a looking pass here to Rivera on 2nd and 4. Defender X +2 or +5. That's going to be a 2-yard gain. It's good to try and know those rules, especially in a league like Ed's and in order to win these big leagues that people take seriously. Not that they don't take the other leagues seriously, but those are the two sort of standard bearers, I think, in the online Strat football community. So that you can notice if the other guy is not doing something right. And I think Cincinnati just wasted a timeout there to make up for not being able to call timeout the previous play. So James Devlin's now the blocking back. He's actually not bad, so not too much of a drop-off. 3rd and 2 for Cincinnati. He's actually a better pass blocker. That's only going to help if Baltimore has an asterisk, which I think they have to blitz to get. I don't think they have a default asterisk. 3rd and down and 2. Flat pass right to T.Y. Hilton. Nobody there. Ravens blitzed and guess pass. And Hilton gets a 10 on the defense's card. So he had big pickups. 20-yard gain. T.Y. Hilton, no man in zone. That was a white die 4. You see this Ravens defense, I should say this Bengals offense, can be tough to stop because Matt Ryan's so good with the flats and Jamal Charles such a good running back. You want to stand around against run, you're going to give Ryan, you can stand around against run and put that free safety in that left linebacker 5 and let him throw at your 6s. Make him take some shots downfield. But anyways, a screen pass left to Jamal Charles. Defense gets his run again. And gets wrong on Matt Ryan's got his completion. Jamal has room, and he's in the end zone. Jamal Charles with a 10-yard screen reception for a touchdown for the Bengals here in the final minute of the first quarter. And Cincinnati is going to lead 10-0, and this extra point is good. Matt Ryan, 10 of 12 for 98 yards. Jamal Charles had a big run on the Bengals' opening possession. And the Ravens are going to have to respond, do something on the offensive side of the football. Here comes the kickoff. I think LaMichael James is the kick returner. Got actually a pretty good card. No touchdown. I think he was on my fall team, Somifa. And it's another short kickoff. We've seen a lot of those last night and today to the 15-yard line. And Keyshawn Martin. Certainly not Keyshawn Johnson. That's retro styles. 22-yard return for Keyshawn Martin. Gives the Ravens a first down and 10 at their own 37. The Ravens threw an interception in the red zone last time they had the ball. It's a flat pass right to Arian Foster. I like that. Run play called by the defense. And white die 6 means a 10-yard gain from Cam Newton to Arian Foster. These Bengal linebackers go 4-4 and now 0 at left linebacker. And you should be throwing flat passes aggressively against them. They play a 4-3. I know you have Cam Newton's not great at it, but he's been double teaming downfield, and you can't let him get away with that. A long pass, Torrey Smith, single coverage against the 5. And Newton should have all sorts of time again. Fires it deep downfield, incomplete. Now, Cam has an interception on 10, 2 to 6, 11, and 12. And we see Jeff has not been shy, but going up top. So maybe that's one of the reasons we've seen a lot of interceptions in the regular season for Baltimore. But they're here in the quarterfinals, and they won their first-round playoff game. The wildcard victory over Atlanta. Second down and 10. Linebacker Arian Foster. No linebackers there. Defense guesses wrong. This should be good for the offense. Offensive right guard 7 or 2. And Kyle Long, the rookie 4-7, who I believe is a 5-7 next year, makes the block. This Raven offensive line's got 5s at center, left guard, and left tackle, and 4s on the right side. Good pass, excellent pass blocking, though, for both teams. Cincinnati, much better run blocking, though. Third down and 3 for the Ravens. They're at the Cincinnati 46. Pro set pistol. Big play here. They might go for it if they don't get it, although Jeff, I think, is conservative. Linebacker Arian Foster, no linebackers there. There's a left tackle 4 in the game. 7 on the defense is a 5-yard pickup and a first down. I don't think the Bengals, did the Bengals go 5-4, 5-4? I thought they had a better defensive line than that. Perhaps 5-5, 5-4. So I will look at that. Yeah, they do indeed go 5-4, 5-4. Who is that guy? Barry Cofield, I see. He's a nose tackle in the NFL, gets nerfed down in the 4th by switching to the 4-3. Flat pass right, Marcel Reese. Defense gets his pass, but there's a linebacker 0 there, and he's covered by a 0. Receiver incomplete on Marcel, who does not have the gaudy receiving card he had a couple years ago, but is still pretty good for a blocking back / running back type of player. Second down and 10 for the Ravens at the Cincinnati 41. 3 minutes into the second quarter, 10-0 Bengals. Ravens trying to drive and get on the board. A short pass, Doug Baldwin, play action. Defense guesses run. There's a 6 covering Baldwin, but it's going to be guessed wrong. And incomplete on Cam Newton's card. That is an ugly short pass wrong card. Only 17 units. That's ugly. Andrew Luck only has 18 for next year, but he's very good deep and pretty good flat. And much better on right. But Cam rolls the snake eyes incomplete. 3rd and 10. And the Ravens will come out in the 3 wide, 1 halfback. I would like to see him maybe go regular conventional, run the ball, and go for 4th and short if you get at least 6 yards. But you get dump offs against this team with this pass blocking, so nothing wrong with throwing it here either. 3 wide, 1 halfback. Danny Amendola is the extra. He was double teamed last time. Short pass to Jared Cook. Looks like he is double teamed. Yes, the short pass to Doug Baldwin, and Jared Cook was double teamed. Cam scrambles and picks up a big 9 yards. 4th and 1, Ravens at the Cincinnati 32. Now they have a choice: go for it or kick the field goal with Steven Gostkowski, because you're at the border. You lose any yards, it's going to be a longer kick. He's going to try the 49-yard field goal. We have to play the variable field goal rules, and there you go. He lost yardage on the variable field goal, and the kick was only 2 to 6, 11, and 12, and therefore no good. I probably would have gone for it there, down 10-0. But Jeff said, if he doesn't get the variable field goal loss, he's going to probably make the field goal, and you could still make it even if you lose the yardage. And you're only going to lose it maybe a third of the time. I'm not sure the exact odds there, but that definitely hurts, missing that 49-yard kick, because now Cincinnati is not only leading 10-0, but they've got the ball at their own 39. Off tackle left to Jamal Charles. Defense gets his run, but no linebackers there. Charles gets a 3-yard gain in his card, but it is negated by an offsides penalty. First down and 15 for the Bengals at their own 34. Both Charles and Matt Ryan playing well so far for Coach Butch. Short pass, Scott Chandler, single coverage, 3-minute zone, defense guessing pass on 1st and 15. Receiver reading incomplete on 7. Even Jerry Rice would drop that one. You need a running back in that situation. And I am prone to constantly checking to make sure my mic is good and the broadcast is good. Dennis could probably do a little more of that. 2nd and 15 for the Bengals. 3 wide, 1 halfback. Defense goes nickel. Bengals could run here. Pitch out Jamal Charles. There's a linebacker there. So he only needs a white die 2 or 3, and he gets it. And 9 is a 6-yard pickup for the Pro Bowl running back, who I think will be a Hall of Famer eventually. When all is said and done, he's that good. 3rd and 9. He's already put together a lot of very good years. 3rd and 9 for the Bengals at their own 40. Almost 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. 10-0 Cincinnati. Short pass Marvin Jones. Defense sitting in their nickel with 1 blitz. Defender extra short gain, and it is broken up. Extra defensive back Nolan Carroll's a 4. It was a 4 on a 4. Makes the play. Johnny on the spot, and the Ravens needed to stop there to stop the bleeding and try and turn this game around a little bit. It's only 10-0. It's early, but it is 10-0, and the Ravens' offense is not spectacular, although they've moved the ball fairly well so far. Bruce Kern comes on for the punt, and it is a dandy. It's going to be down inside the 5-yard line, and I'm assuming Jeff's going to let it bounce. And no, he tried to return it. That was a mistake. That was a terrible mistake. Jeff tries to return the punt, and Keyshawn Wong calls a fair catch at his own 2. I know he has Snake Eyes touchdown, but the rest of his card is not good, including 11 fumble -5. That'll be either a safety or a touchdown for the defense. So that was a very bad move by Jeff. Not sure why he did that. I guess he was feeling like, hey, I got to try something. Maybe I got lucky and get the touchdown, but let that kick bounce. Good fundamentals. It's still in the first half, early in the first half. Here's a linebacker to Arian Foster from his own 2. There's no linebackers there. There's a linebacker behind. So a box is in play, but he does not roll the 8. He rolls the 7 on the defense and gains 5 yards. 2nd down and 5 for the Ravens. Foster only has 10 more good rushes. And you're at your own 7-yard line. Pro set pistol. So Cam Newton, possibly a running threat. I have to think that Butch is going to let Jeff run, use up all his carries. Long pass, Torrey Smith again, single coverage again. Cam looks underneath, but it's incomplete. And there's an injury on the play, and Torrey Smith, the deep play threat for the Ravens, is out for the rest of this game. That hurts Baltimore, and it's one of their favorite plays to call, so they have to find some other plays to call. And you have to realize that the Bengals have a 6, I think Darrelle Revis at one corner, and a 6 that's strong safety in Eric Weddle. That's the strength of this Bengals defense, is that short pass secondary. 3rd down and 5 now for the Ravens at their own 7. This is a big play here. It's a short pass to Doug Baldwin. There's 3 men in the zone, but he's covered by Darrelle Revis. And Newton fires, and it's incomplete. This Doug Baldwin card, not that great either. Only 16 completions right. That is a number 3 type of receiver card. You go 22-30, 19-26, 16-22. And so Sam Martin comes on for the punt. Defense looking block, and he has a block on the card. But Martin gets it off. It's going to be a modest punt of 43 yards. Takes a Ravens bounce into Cincinnati territory. So it's a 50-yard net punt. And the Bengals take over with, again, great field position at their own 43. Things not going the Ravens' way right now with the multiple injuries. Long pass T.Y. Hilton. There was a man there. Single coverage against a 6, though. And Matt Ryan checks down, and he finds a back, looks like James Devlin, for an 8-yard outlet. And it's 2nd down and 2. That was Marshall Yanda, the right guard, picking up Haloti Nagata, the Oregon Duck. Jeff Bevy, known for being a big Oregon Duck fan. This game is really moving. Middle of the second quarter, 10-0 Bengals. 2nd and 2 at the Baltimore 49. This is the 3rd of the quarterfinal games. Tomorrow night, you'll have the last one. Off tackle right to Jamal Charles. There's a linebacker 6 there, and defense guesses run. But Charles has good, solid right guard as well, and he gets a 3-yard gain on the defense. But there's a loose ball, and Baltimore's recovered it. Let's see if they try to advance it from their own 46. I think they should. And no, they just fall on it. They've seen enough shenanigans with some unusual plays. So a big turnover. Jamal Charles had run for the first down. His fumble number was only 16 out of 1,000, but It was pried loose by the defense, and Levante David recovered. And that's just the kind of turnaround the Ravens needed. Short pass Danny Amendola on first down. Single coverage against a 5. 8 is incomplete. Cam, I think, is going to have a hard time regularly completing passes down the field. I thought that against me, though, in the regular season. He kind of lit me up. But even more so with Torrey Smith out. But the Ravens don't have a lot of rushing carries. So it's a weird offense, this team. I think that's why I've been picking against them all year, but they've proven me wrong every step of the way. I think I picked them in this game. Cam on the end around defense gets his run. That's not going to be good for the offense, and Cam loses 4 yards on the 6 number. These quarterback right and run cards are never very good, but at least they're not as brutal as they used to be for some guys like Cam Newton and Russell Wilson. But they're still going to lose a lot of yardage most of the time. 3rd and 14 for the Ravens at their own 42 to try and make something happen from this turnover. At least they can maybe reverse the field position now because they've been up against it regarding that. Flat pass right to Marcel Reese. He's double covered shrewdly by Butch, and that is incomplete on Cam Newton's card on the flat pass, so it's going to be a Raven punt. That was right, wrong, and double teamed incomplete. They're unable to do anything after the fumble recovery. Sam Martin comes out, and they've seen a little too much Sam Martin today. 43-yard punt for the Detroit Lion punter. And that's going to be down around the 15, where LeMichael James signals for a fair catch. And the Bengals will take over. First down and 10 at their own 15. 10-0 Bengals. It's been all Bengals this first half. They picked off Cam Newton in the end zone, in the red zone. And Baltimore missed a 49-yard field goal attempt. So Ravens have had some opportunities. So maybe I'm wrong in saying it's been all Bengals, but it's all Bengals on the scoreboard, 10-0. That's what matters the most. Flat pass left to Jamal Charles, defense guessing run. And Charles on his receiver card gets 6 for 11 yards. You see Charles, an excellent receiver, just as he is in the NFL for a running back. And now has 3 catches for 29 yards. Matt Ryan is 12 of 16, $117. 1 touchdown, no interceptions, mostly going West Coast. There was 1 long pass attempt. First down and 10 for the Bengals at their own 26. Off tackle left to Jamal Charles against a defensive tackle 5. No one in his zone. Defense getting pass. Offensive onside tackle plus 8 or plus 3. And that Bengals offensive line, which goes 5-4, 5-6-6, creates plenty of space for Charles. It's an 8-yard gain. Second down and 2. Bengals love to run the ball. Butch loves to run it. Play West Coast, move the chains, matriculate down the field. 9 carries, 67 yards for Charles. Second down and a deuce for the Bengals. Only 5:06 to go in the first half. And run right to Jamal Charles. There's a linebacker 5 there, but defense is double teaming elsewhere. Offensive onside end plus 4-0. He's not a good blocker, that tight end. That's Scott Chandler. The 2 tight ends are both 4s, and the blocking back when he's in there is only a 4. So Chandler cannot make the block, and it's no gain. Third down and 2. Bengals going blocking back. James Devlin in after the personnel adjustment because of the tight end cannot play blocking back rule in the Somifa family of leagues. I like that rule. Too easy to get a good second tight end. No off tackle left for Jamal Charles. Defense getting past no one there. This should go for a first down, but you never know. And Charles gets the first down and more as he hits the hole for a short gain. And that's going to be a 16-yard pickup for Jamal Charles, one of the best running backs in the NFL, one of the best running backs in the SSFA, and has had a very good card for many years now. 11 carries for 83 yards, it looks like. I'm not wearing my glasses, which I never do. Long pass Keenan Allen is double-teamed. Don't like that call for Butch. Defensive back in zone is going to be incomplete. It would have been Earl Thomas knocking the ball away effortlessly anyway. That was a 4 on the white die, so even with no men, there was nothing going to happen there. I like the way he's doing the flat passing and the running, and maybe a short pass, but Jeff's guessing pass a lot. If you want to run a draw play, maybe run a draw play, but I'm not going to go down the field up 10-0 with this matchup. My personnel. There's a flat pass to Charles with 1 linebacker there. Defense gets his pass. It's against one of the 6s. That's always a problem. And they see linebacker in zone incomplete. Earl Thomas again was up in the flat pass zone, and he was blitzing Levante David on the end run. I mean, there are 4 6s on this defense. 2 at linebacker, free safety, and the left corner. Left corner is Keenan Lewis of the Saints. He will not be a 6 next year. I think he's down to a 4. 3rd and 10 Bengals. So they got behind the 8 ball, starting on the bomb. They're at midfield. 3:18 to go in the first half. Bengals leading 10-0. He goes 3 wide halfback shotgun. Normally, I'd say you might see a draw play and someone go for it, but I don't think Butch is going to go for it on 4th down. Up 10-0. That's not his nature. Short pass to Jamal Charles, 4-man zone. He blitzes the man covering him. Matt Ryan still cannot connect. Ryan did not have a good short pass right guard. Only 14 units completed. That's not very good for a guy who's a pretty good NFL quarterback. Might have a better card next year. He's really developed into an outstanding quarterback. Perhaps underrated because the Falcons can't play defense and lose a lot of games the last couple of years. 4th and 10, and Bruce Kern's going to punt it deep. And it's down. He gets a bad punt, which is actually good for Cincinnati. So it's down around the 11, which means that Jeff has to return it with the extremely mediocre Keyshawn Martin, who was basically a touchdown or nothing. And he gets a 1-yard return on the opponent coverage, which is excellent as well. 1, 2, 3. This is like a fundamental, solid all-around team that Butch has got over there in Cincinnati. 1st and 10, Ravens are on 12. Short pass, Jared Cook. Single coverage, but he's covered by a 6. Looking for a must run or something on Cam's score. Must run only gets you 1 yard. 2-7 has 5 yards or more. I think Cam will have a better card next year for that. I have not looked at his passing stats, but I got the impression that his overall card will probably be better. I should check that out. The ratings file did come out yesterday. 2nd 9, 2:06 to go here in the first half. Ravens at their own 13, trailing 10-0. I have to check and see who's going to receive the kick in the second half. 2-10 formation, pistol. And it's a short pass to Danny Amendola. Single coverage against a 5, 3-man in zone. And Cam threads the needle that time and finds the diminutive Amendola for a 12-yard completion and a 1st down for Baltimore at their own 25. They desperately needed that. If the Ravens can get something going here and get some points before the half, they'd have to feel like maybe they have a chance. So just right now, it feels like the type of game where things are going against you. You're not going to get going. The other guy's getting it going. The rhythm of the game is working against Baltimore right now. Here's a linebacker to Arian Foster with a linebacker in the zone. And Foster gains 5 yards on his own card. I like that play call. 2-minute warning. Still plenty of time to run the ball. Caught a bad break that the linebacker was in there, but fortunately got it on his own card. And the Ravens hurry up, it looks like. So 1:37 left. They have all 3 timeouts, but you want to usually save those a little bit, I think, especially with this offense having a bit of a sputtering quality to it. 2nd and 5 for the Ravens, their own 30. Short pass Jermaine Gresham being double team. Butch is really doing a great job double teaming, but Cam's got plenty of time. So instead of throwing to Gresham, he dumps it off underneath for a big gain. That's a 20-yard pickup to Jared Cook, the other tight end on the right side. So Butch has been double teaming well, but if you have no pass rush, you can be victimized by the dump off sometimes all day long. So Cam and the Ravens are out at midfield. They still have all 3 timeouts, 1:15 to go in the half, trailing 10-0. Short pass, Doug Baldwin. Single coverage against Darrell Rivas. 3-man in zone, but Cam fires it in there for another 12-yard strike. That's on 7 for Newton on right and wrong. And the Ravens are down to the Cincinnati 38. The hurry-up offense in effect. No, they did not choose the hurry-up offense. Or maybe they did. There's 52 seconds left. They didn't choose a timeout. Probably should have called timeout there. 52 seconds left, 3 timeouts. 1st and 10 at the Cincinnati 38. I'd like to see a running play here. Maybe end run with Newton here might be a good call. Flat pass right to Arian Foster. There's one linebacker there, but he's only a 4. This is not a bad call either. Linebacker in zone +1 and +5. And it looks like it's going to be a 1-yard gain only, as Joe Mays, the middle linebacker 4 for the Bengals, has made 2 plays now, I believe, in the first half on his 4 rating. Ravens deciding what to do with the clock, and now they call their first timeout. 45 seconds to go. They were obviously trying to get out of bounds on that flat pass, but Arian Foster just couldn't make it happen. And Baltimore has a 2nd and 9 at Cincinnati 37. 45 seconds left. I think Jeff's pretty aggressive, so he's probably thinking maybe just throw a bomb to try to get a touchdown, get lucky. He's had good success with the dump off. That's about the only thing that's really been working. And a couple of short passes for Newton on his own card. Linebacker Arian Foster. No linebackers there. No linebacker behind. An 8 here would be huge. But he gets a 10 on Foster's card, a 9-yard gain, which is still a nice pickup. And he's going to have to call timeout again or hurry up. I would urge him to call timeout here. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Ravens at the Cincinnati 28. And he goes hurry up instead. I don't like that either. 22 seconds left with 2 timeouts. I think I'd rather have 37 seconds with 1 timeout. He's at the Cincinnati 28-yard line. But he keeps his inside running options open a little more. But from the 28 with Arian Foster, is not really a big yardage, big play running card this year. Looking past Danny Amendola, nobody there. That's a good play to take advantage of your timeouts. And oh boy, is it a good play. Amendola finds an opening. He's racing towards the end zone. Touchdown, Ravens. Shows what I know was a white die 6 anyway. So it would have been a touchdown unless there were 2 men in the zone, which there was not going to be. 12 on the defense, flat pass, white die 6. And there was no men in the zone anyway. Looking pass, rather. 30-yard reading creates a 28-yard touchdown for the Ravens right before the half. Literally 8 seconds left right now. 22 when that play was called. And Butch has got to be a little upset. 10-7. But Jeff has to be quite pleased with that result because we got a brand new ball game. After the Ravens had some tough breaks in the early going. Cam Newton threw an interception in the red zone. They missed a field goal for the 32. Butch was moving the ball left and right at will. A couple of injuries. Torrey Smith goes out. Well, actually, Cincinnati that suffered the left linebacker injury, but Torrey Smith went out for the Ravens, but they come back with a big touchdown in the final 2 minutes. Nice job there. And they got the fortunate roll on the 12 and the looking pass. Hey, he knew what he was doing with those timeouts. There's a looking pass to Jamal Charles for the Bengals, as they're going to probably be a little safe here with only 2 plays left. They get a short gain on the vacated zone for 18 yards to Charles. But now the Bengals are at their own 38. And if they call timeout, there'll be 1 second left. They can try and run with Charles, I suppose. I'm assuming he has a dot or that as long as he's at least 62 yards. Or you could see some kind of screen pass or something to try to get lucky here. They go 4 wide. I don't think you're going to see a Hail Mary. I don't think Butch is like that. And he's upset it's already 10-7 instead of 10-0 or 10-3. And someone in Cincinnati just called timeout again. I guess they did not like their formation. Of course, there's only 1 second left on the clock, so. First and 10. Last play of the half. 4 wide, 1 halfback. He went away from the shotgun so he could run an end run with Jamal Charles, run off tackle. That's what he did. Didn't need the timeout anyway. Only 1 second left. And defense going dime. Jamal Charles is definitely going to run the ball here. Or looking pass is possible, but nope. That's what I know. Long pass Marvin Jones. There's 2 men back there. I'm surprised at this play call by Butch. It can get picked off and have it run back. That's more likely than a touchdown. And sure enough, Ryan 2-9-12 picked off. It's intercepted by the Ravens at about their own 35. They're going to try and run it back. Let's see what happens. 2-12 is a touchdown. Looks like they've got some room. And there's a fumble on the interception return. Bolton picks it up. They're going to advance the fumble. And finally, talk about rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. Earl Thomas picked off Matt Ryan at about the Baltimore 38 on the last play of the half and had a good run back, was running it back about 22 yards, and then he fumbled. Defensive end Brian Roberson picked up the fumble, advanced at 7 yards. But that's it. The clock expired. The time expired. There's only 1 second on the clock when the play started. And we have a 10-7 contest at halftime in favor of the Bengals. I was really surprised that Butch took that approach. I mean, there was 8 units of interception there, and 1 in 18 for a touchdown. Or you got 3 units of a long game, but only 1 in 18 for a touchdown. Yeah, you're more likely to give up a pick 6 there than you want to score a touchdown. So I think far more likely. So next time, do something else. Butch is a very good coach, very experienced coach. And look, at Strat football, sometimes you just feel it, Even if you don't know the numbers, you don't have to know the math. Sometimes you just feel it. Let's see, 10-7. They're asking me if I'm ready, but I told them I'm not going to be typing anything in the rest of the game. Cincinnati 218 yards at half. Time Baltimore 179. A lot on that last drive. Ryan 13 of 21, 135, 1 touchdown, and the late interception. Cam Newton 10 of 20, 144, a touchdown and an INT. Jamal Charles 11 carries, 83 yards. Jared Cook 4 receptions and 52 yards. Jamal Charles 4 catches, 47 yards, and a touchdown. And here we are, second half underway. And I guess we saw a quick kick or something. Sometimes you get that kickoff and it doesn't show the animation or whatever. But the kickoff happened. And the Ravens have the ball at their own 33 as a result. And they are out here in the pro set formation. Now, Arian Foster hardly ran the ball in the first half, so that's good news for Baltimore regarding their play call options. That's a brand new ball game. Looking past Arian Foster, there's no linebackers there again. And oh my goodness, 10 of the defense, another big flat pass reading for the Ravens, a 20-yard pickup. Arian Foster, Cincinnati keeps vacating that middle linebacker zone. I think they're overcompensating for that left linebacker 0. Butch, that middle linebacker 4 is no great shakes either. So Jeff might be throwing at that 4. You can't use him to get over there. Maybe use the free safety. That's more like it. Flat pass left to Danny Amendola. There's one linebacker there. He's also a 4. Cam gets a 3 in his card. Short gain. I'm telling you, these linebackers started the game 4-4-4. Now they injured the 0-4-4 and a 4-3 defense. You can attack that flat passing even with a Cam Newton type of guy. And right now, the flat pass and the dump off is really the day for the Ravens as they're driving down 10-7 at the Cincinnati 32 early third quarter. The Ravens look dead in the water middle of the second quarter, but they have come back. Linebacker to Arian Foster. No linebackers there. Again, the linebacker vacates the zone. I hate that defensive call by Butch. Offensive center plus 12 or plus 4, 12-yard gain as Steven Wisniewski makes that block. He missed one earlier. He's a 5. And it's first down and 10 for the Ravens at the Cincinnati 20. Foster, 7 rushes, 47 yards. And Jeff is feeling good. Don't challenge that secondary now. Stay in there with this front 7. End run left, Cam Newton. Defense against his run. He's gotten every end run on Cam Newton correct. Defensive end -2 or +3 is only a 4. So Newton is able to shake free for at least a 3-yard gain. That's the veteran Julius Peppers. Provides a good pass rush and is, I think, a 5'12" at outside linebacker next year. I did not think he would make that transition. I thought his career was pretty much done, and he had a great year for the Packers. So I was totally wrong about that. Second down and 7 for the Ravens at the Bengals 17-yard line. And it's a looking pass to Marcel Reese, 1 linebacker 4 there. Defense gets his run. And defensive Rex +1 or +3. That's a 3-yard gain. Ray Armstrong, the defender, could not make the play. Sets up a 3rd and 4. So Jeff is not restricted by run containment. That time, Butch put the free safety in the left outside linebacker zone where the 0 is. I like that much better. You cannot vacate that middle linebacker with a 4-3 here. You can't do that. Linebacker Arian Foster up the middle. Defense getting pass. This should be good for the offense. 7 is a 5-yard gain, a first down. Foster has now carried the ball 8 times for 52 yards. Some guy named, is it Daniel Thomas, the Miami Dolphin, perhaps? Yes, it's the 3rd running back. But the computer wanted a full house, but Jeff says, no, I don't want a full house. He goes back to a pro set with a pistol. First and 4-3, first and goal to 9. Big sequence here. Ravens trying to take the lead. Linebacker Cam Newton. Defense gets his pass as a linebacker there. Cam gains 3 yards. Safe conservative play call. And he doesn't want to waste Foster's precious attempts. Second and goal from the 6. I would not mind seeing a full house here. Get the better blocking. Bump everybody up. And you can still throw from that. Especially with Marcel Reese being one of your running backs. Second and goal from the 6. Pro set pistol. Foster and Marcel Reese in the backfield. It's a short pass to Arian Foster, play action. Defense getting run, but they got 4 men in zone. This could be it. Picked off 2-3 on Cam's card is incomplete. And his interception is on an 11 on the short pass, 10 on long pass. That's old school. You don't see that too much anymore. Used to see that a lot more back in the day. I feel like, I'm not sure. I'm sure Mike Kane knows. We're doing all those seasons. 3rd and goal for the 6 for the Ravens. This is a big play here. Touchdown gives them the lead, otherwise they're going to try a field goal to tie. And Butch is trying to hold on here. This Raven onslaught. Linebacker Arian Foster. Defense gets his passes. The linebacker there. Defensive left tackle -1 or +4. And Barry Cofield, the converted nose tackle, cannot make the play. So it's going to be 4th and goal to 2 for the Ravens. They need to try this field goal. And even worse for Cincinnati, middle linebacker 4, Joe Mays, is out for the rest of the game. I assume he's going to be replaced by a 0. Because that's who came in to play outside linebacker. You're going to have 0-0-4 at linebacker for these Bengals. It's a good thing they're facing Cam Newton, and not Aaron Rodgers. Oh, Jeff, what are you doing? Jeff's going for it. 4th and goal from the 2. I do not like this at all. If he gets it, great, but this is tie the game with a field goal. It's like 2-11. Full house, 4-3. Let's see if the strat guards smile. I think the strat guards don't like this call. Usually the strat guards smite you down when you make a bad call like this, but maybe he'll be rewarded. Let's see what the strat guards have in store for Jeff. Jeff, when he called timeout and kick the field goal. Linebook Daniel Thomas. Defense run King Cam Newton. What's wrong on Thomas's card? Thomas gets in the end zone touchdown. So I've questioned a couple of Jeff's calls here today, and they've come through for him. So he tells me to take that and stick it. Daniel Thomas, the 2-yard touchdown, 4th and goal from the 2. A very aggressive call. I'm very surprised at that. But you got the touchdown. I don't like to run key on Cam Newton there. I mean, if he gets run, Cam's only going to get like 1 yard on right anyway for the defense. I don't know what Daniel Thomas had there on a right call. But that's worth investigating when I get a chance. I don't know that Daniel Thomas will see the field again in this game. Can I see the computer manager's card as a spectator? I can. What would that have been if Butch had just guessed run? Would have been a touchdown anyway, 2 yards. So you don't have to kick yourself about that, Butch. But if you think the quarterback is going to do a line buck and the guy needs 2 yards, you don't need to key him. Just gets run because almost nothing on that card is more than 1 yard on the right column. There's a short kick down to the 15, but good opponent coverage for the Ravens. Hold LaMichael James to a 17-yard return. So it's 1st down and 10 for Cincinnati. They're on 32. They're trailing 14-10. Unbelievable change of fortune here. Reversal of fortune. Brought about by the Danny Amendola touchdown. Left tackle left for Jamal Charles. Defense gets his pass. No linebackers there. Charles has been the man, and he bursts into the secondary again for another 1st down. 12 yards, Jamal Charles. 12 carries, 95 yards. Some of these good running backs just go off in Strat-O-Matic because nobody wants to guess run. Everyone's scared of the pass. Everyone wants to get pass all the time. And then you got Jamal Charles and Adrian Peterson and LaShawn McCoy running for big yardage. 1st and 10, Cincinnati at their own 44. We're midway through the 3rd quarter. 14-10 Ravens trying to pull off the upset. I think Cincinnati was slightly favored. I think I picked Baltimore to win this game. But Baltimore always has performed opposite of what I've said this year. So he probably would have rather I picked Cincinnati. Anyone left Jamal Charles. Nobody there, and he's a linebacker and a defensive end 4. And Charles finds the seam, turns the corner. He's racing away from the defense. There's no one there. It's a long gain on 12. And Jamal Charles picks up a big 35-yard run on the end run wrong. The Ravens are not respecting Jamal Charles this game. I mean, he did Colorado a fair amount of run in that 2nd quarter. But now he's got the lead. He's like, I'm going to guess pass. I'll let Jamal Charles do it. Jamal says, hey, you know what? I am going to do it. It's 2 carries for 47 yards on this drive at a minimum. And maybe he hasn't played Butch enough because Butch is more than happy to run the ball all day long. And he will give Charles his 30 carries, believe you me. And I think he's got a backup that can carry the ball a few times or will prolong Charles's presence in an unfatigued state. 1st and 10 for the Bengals at the Raven 21. Bengals down. This is another good game. 5 pass right to T.Y. Hilton. You got a linebacker 5 there. 1 blitz on the line of scrimmage. And there's a 3-yard pickup on the defense's card. There was a white die 6 on the pass rush. I was going to say, how come the linebacker did not vacate his zone? 2nd down and 7 for the Bengals at the Baltimore 18. Blocking back formation has been the default formation for Cincinnati. Baltimore's gone pro set more often. A flat pass left to Jamal Charles. Defense gets his run and blitzes. So this is really good for the offense. And Ryan flips it over to Charles for 8 yards and a 1st down. And Matt Ryan's been efficient, 15 of 23, 146, 1 touchdown. Did have the interception on the ill-advised Hail Mary on the last play of the half. Otherwise, he's been fine. 1st and 10, almost all flat passing. And why not? 1st and goal from the 10 for Cincinnati. Touchdown takes the lead. Field goal cuts it to within 1. 7:12 to go in the 3rd quarter. SSFA Quarterfinal. Play action pass to Keenan Allen. Defense gets his run. Only 3 men there. Allen covered by a 4. This could be a touchdown. Defender X. Does the 4 make the play? Oh, he does. Walter Thurman of the NFL Seattle Seahawks is a 4. And a short pass, 3 men guessed wrong to Keenan Allen. Defender X or a touchdown. He prevents a touchdown. 4 on a 4. And Butch doesn't like that. Let's see if it hurts him or if he can rebound and still get a touchdown here on this possession or on this sequence. 2nd and goal from the 10. Play action again to Keenan Allen. Same exact reading. Same exact play. And he gets a 3 on Matt Ryan's card. Incomplete short pass wrong. Oh, my goodness. 20 units of completion, 5 units of receiver with a guy who's pretty good, a 4 back there with 3 men. We just saw 2 straight short pass wrong, 3-man readings to Keenan Allen, defended by a 4, both incomplete, where a completion would have been a touchdown. Butch didn't like the first one. He didn't like this one either. Let's see if the Strat gods throw him a little favor here on 3rd and goal from the 10 and get him in the end zone, with a dump off or something. Come on, Strat gods. We appreciate the almighty Strat gods. We kneel before your Tower of Fortune. Strat gods owe the Bengals a touchdown. Let's see if they give it to him. And Butch is taking a long time to call his to put his personnel in the field. Unless I've dropped the game, I don't think I have. That would suck. Maybe Butch is kicking the stool or something over there. It looks like he's going to go 4 wide. Sometimes guys get interrupted by the demands of domestic life. And the workout Jess is asking if we dropped. You see, with my disability, I use speech recognition programs to dictate into the computer. And I'm reluctant to do that right now. Let's see if I can see if this is a big play. I don't want to go away and then miss the play. Butch looks like he's still connected. Butch is in a hotel room playing this game. Possibly the Hotel California. It could be that his computer froze up or his internet has abandoned him. I'm going to wait. 3rd and goal from the 10. I'm going to wait a minute or 2. Now we have a user dropping. There goes Butch. So now we have a user dropping. I'm going to mute my microphone and connect with these guys. Hopefully Butch can come right back. And we can continue with this excellent SSFA quarterfinal. The Bengals are losing. They're trailing Baltimore 14-10. And time for me to disconnect. I'm going to mute this microphone on the broadcast, and I'll be back to you within 2 minutes. All right, guys, I'm waiting for Jeff to tell me the game is up. The game is up now. I'm going to assume he communicated with Butch, and then Butch is okay. I'm getting a waiting for server teams message, which I got earlier, which I hate. Because the guy told me the game's up. Why isn't the game letting me in? Let's wait and see what happens here. And we're back in business. All right, we got a 3rd and goal from the 10 for the Cincinnati Bengals, trailing 14-10 against Baltimore. 6:36 to go. Cincinnati just missed 2 straight short pass wrongs to Keenan Allen with 3-minute zone against a 4 with Matt Ryan. Third and goal, then short pass Jamal Charles, covered by a 6, 4-minute zone. What do the strat gods say? Defender X or short gain. That's going to be incomplete. With that 6 over there, you want to throw the ball to someone that's not going to be double covered. And that's what Butch was thinking. Nothing wrong with that play call, but did not get a favorable result. And out comes Dan Carpenter for the field goal. Now, Cincinnati only trailing because Baltimore went for a touchdown on 4th and goal from the 2. Down only 10-7 in the early third quarter. That was a very ballsy play call. Ballsy if it works, stupid if it fails. It was a ballsy play call, and that's why Baltimore still has the lead. 14-13 Ravens. They're going to receive the kickoff. The kick goes down to the 1-yard line, and Keyshawn Martin gets a nice return of 28 yards out to the 29. Arian Foster ran the ball a little bit on the last possession for Baltimore. Has 5 more unfatigued carries. And it's first down and 10 Ravens at their own 29. 2 tight end formation. We've seen a lot of that. You see the 2 tight end, and you occasionally see the pro set. Linebacker Arian Foster, no linebackers there. There is a backup linebacker 4 apparently for the Bengals, so that Joe May's injury not really hurting them. And there's a 10+9 in Arian Foster. He got that earlier, and Jeff will be more than happy to keep getting that number. Foster's having a pretty good game. 10 carries for 65 yards. More than pretty good. Perry Riley is the backup middle linebacker for the Bengals. He's pretty much the same as Joe May. His linebacker, Marcel Reese this time, does not have a good rushing card. Gets the dreaded 5+1 on Raw, but his card's not that good anyway. Shrewd move by Jeff, getting a free carry in there, as I think Marcel is very limited in carries, but 2nd and 1 or 2, you can use anybody. Those are house rules in this league to try and prevent low carry guys from getting overused. Flat pass right down and forth. There's 2 linebackers there. That's where the 0 is, and 4 Newton's card is incomplete. So it's going to be a 2nd down and 10. Jeff did a nice job moving the ball. This Ravens offense today. Getting the dump offs, throwing flat passes aggressively, even though it's Cam Newton. Mostly after Torrey Smith went down. Before that, there was some bombs to Torrey Smith. The end run has not been there for Newton because Butch keeps guessing right every single time. Jeff does it like 3 or 4 different times. 2nd down and 10. There's a play action pass to Doug Baldwin, covered by a 6, only 3-minute zone. You want a receiver reading here, even though Baldwin's only got 22 units. And receiver, he gets the receiver, but it's incomplete. You see 6'9", yeah, that's a number 3 receiver card, and he's masquerading as a starter right now with only 16-22 in the short pass column. Now, it's good yardage and 2 and 5 are long gains, but you really would prefer to have a guy who can catch the ball a little better than that, I would say. And unfortunately, for the Ravens, it's an incompletion. 3rd down and 10. Big 3rd down here. Cincinnati trailing only 14-13. 3 wide, 1 fullback. This is Marcel Reese. Pistol formation. Nickel 3-3-5. The dump off has killed the Ravens, and a couple of 7s for Newton. Short pass to Jared Cook, covered by a 6. Cam scrambles for it, but gets nowhere. 0 yards, technically a sack for Barry Cofield. And a good defensive stand by the Ravens. Good defensive stand there, defensive series to force a punt. And Sam Martin comes on from his own 39. This time, Cincinnati does not go for the block. I'm not sure why not. It's 4th and 10. 49-yard punt, gets down to inside the 15, where the Michael James does what he does best, and that's fair catch. As far as punt returning goes, 3, 6, and 10 are a fair catch. Don't be scared, Michael. 2 and 9, you can run it. He's a little guy, but he's on my fall team. 1st and 10 for the Bengals at their own 22. 3 minutes to go. Long pass T.Y. Hilton. There's a man there, and there's a 6 coverage. This is not going to be pretty. And 7's incomplete. It's only 4 and 10 in your own card, so I mean, I don't know. I mean, nothing. I like going deep, but for 6 free safety, 6 corner, even if you move the free safety, a long pass right against the 6 with Matt Ryan, big deal. I don't like that call. Maybe to Keenan Allen, but he's been killing him in the front 7. So stay with that. Run the ball, throw flat passes. Flat pass left to Jamal Charles. There we see one, but that's going to be only a 2-yard gain as the outstanding Tampa Bay linebacker Levante David makes a nice play. We've got 2:06 to go in the third quarter. Bengals trailing 14-13. Another real good SSFA playoff game this postseason. Third and 8, Cincinnati throwing 14. They go 3 wide. Marvin Jones is the third wide receiver. He's covered by 4. Scott Chandler and Marvin Jones. They got 3 guys covered by 4. At least one of them should see double coverage. So it's dealer's choice here. I don't mind throwing a Hilton here on a short pass because you want to throw to someone who's not going to be double covered. And he probably won't be. Short pass Marvin Jones, Foreman in zone. No double coverage anywhere. And any blitz somebody. And the blitz comes through. A sack fumble. This could change the game, but Cincinnati recovers the fumble. Whoa. Oh, Nelly. You had a D on the defense. The Ravens have some good pass rush, but Cincinnati's an excellent offensive line, but did not find one of their 7s. It was left tackle William Beatty against Cliff Averill, 5-9, 1-49 sack. 37 was the sack. Ryan fumbled, but Jason Peters recovered. 4th down from their own 4. The Bengals, of course, punted, and it's a nice 53-yard punt for Britt Kern. And Keyshawn Martin against one of the only decent returns in this card, 9, a 7-yard gain, and it's up to midfield. So the big sack coming through for the Ravens on 3rd down and long. And now they've got the ball at midfield thanks to the favorable field position created by that. There's a linebacker to Cam Newton on 1st and 10. No one there. And no, defense guesses run, though. I misread that. And you see 8 is no gain. So basically, that run key on 3rd and goal from the 2. All you're doing is helping yourself on a 2 or a 3 on 4th and goal from the 2. It was the only roll for results on Newton's card that can get you 2 yards on a linebacker right. So I don't like that. If a guy needs 2 yards more the quarterback and you want to guess run, just guess run. Don't key him. 2nd and 10 from the 50. Linebacker Arian Foster. There's no one there behind it again. I do not like the way he keeps slotting that middle linebacker out. Bring up the safety. You get a good secondary. Anyway, he gets an offensive left guard Reading, and Harvey Dahl, who's a 5, makes the play. The veteran Harvey Dahl seems like he's been around for a while. He might be done. He might have retired. I'm not sure. 3rd down and 4 for the Ravens in the Cincinnati 44 to the 6-yard pickup for Arian Foster. Offense going pistol. I like to see a flat pass left is what I'd like to see because he never puts 2 guys over there so far. Of course, maybe that's why he'll do it now. And run left can't do it. This one gets wrong as a linebacker 4. This should be good, but he gets the dreaded 5 -4 on the quarterback's card. Everything else was the first down except for 4 and 5. So 29 out of 36 for a first down. The defensive end was only a 4. Got decent blocking, but a bad result there for Baltimore. They have to punt it from the Cincinnati 48 with Sam Martin. I'd like to see a coffin corner here. Otherwise, Sam will almost certainly kick it into the end zone. Oh, my goodness. He's going to go for it? 4th and 8. Jeff, what are you doing? This is crazy. He's up by a point. I don't know if he's drinking today, but 4th and 8 as the 4th quarter starts. Short pass to Jared Cook from the Cincinnati 48. Single coverage is covered by 6. Must run, and Newton loses 4 yards. So instead of punting and at worst getting a touchback, when you're leading by 1 in the 4th quarter of a playoff game, you go for 4th and 8, you lose 4 yards, and then the other guy has the ball at your 48. It needs about 16 yards basically to kick a field goal and take the lead. Jeff, don't know what you're doing there. I don't know what you're doing with that play call, but okay, a decision, I should say. But I questioned a couple of their early decisions, and they worked out. So, Jeff's winning. So if he wins, it doesn't matter. Off the tackle left for Jamal Charles, guessed wrong. Charles gains 1 yard. So seeing a contrast in styles, Butch plays things by the book. Straightforward, steady approach. Just a lot more of a gambler from what we're seeing. And that's helped him, but it hurt him right here. That 4th and 8 for the 48. That makes no sense to go for it there. I don't understand that. 2nd and 9, off tackle left, Jamal Charles again gets wrong. Jeff again giving Charles a lot of runs here in the second half. And Charles gets 4 yards. A lot of wrong runs, wrong called runs. And he gets run a bit in the last drive, and Butch was killing with the flat passes. So it seemed like Butch is in a good play calling rhythm against Jeff today. This is a day game. 3rd down and 5 now for Cincinnati at the Baltimore 43. Goes blocking back 1 halfback. He can run it, and he does. Off tackle right to Jamal Charles. I like this play because you can go for the 4th and short. This one would make sense to go for. Charles gets a 9, and his card's a 3-yard gain. So they got 4th and 2 at the Cincinnati 40, and you're trailing 4 at the Baltimore 40, and you're trailing 14-13. He's going to go for it. He goes 3 wide. I do not like the 3 wide. Go blocking back. You're doing a good job with the play calling rhythm. Dance with who brung you. 3 wide, 1 halfback. He does like to run it from here with Charles. But there's a nose tackle 6 now. Haloti Nagata becomes a nose tackle 6. He's only defensive tackle 5. Call timeout and go blocking back. Come on, Butch. What do you say? He's not going to call timeout. He's going to waste it. Flat pass right to Scott Chandler. Defense gets his run, and that's a linebacker 5. Beautiful setup for Cincinnati, and they get a white die 6 for a 7-yard gain and a first down. You gotta, Jeff's in a tough spot here. You're facing Matt Ryan and Jamal Charles, and you're trying to stop these plays. And sometimes the other guy just gets into a rhythm where you call run, he throws a pass, you call pass, he does a run. And Butch has Jeff off balance of defense for a lot of this game, first quarter and third quarter especially, or now fourth quarter. So big first down, a 4th and 2 for the Bengals. And they're now at the Baltimore 33, approaching the field goal range. Off tackle left for Jamal Charles. Guess wrong again. And let's see what happens here. There's an 11 on Charles, got a 5-yard pickup. See, Charles gets you the big runs and the short gains and the steady yardage. I mean, you love that. Sean McCoy's quarters like that too. 17 carries, 143 yards for Charles, and still has plenty of carries to go. And we've got only 11:42 to go in the game. 2nd and 5, Cincinnati, trailing 14-13 to the Baltimore 28. Just don't turn it over. Flat pass left to Jamal Charles. No one there. Defense blitzing 2 guys, though. So flat pass sack is in play. Charles is uncovered. And you get a 6 plus 10 for a first down. And that was a white die 6 anyway. But actually, that linebacker is a 6. So Butch throwing at the 6. And the 6 abandoning the zone and abandoning his coverage on Charles. But we've seen a lot of off tackles that way. So Jeff's it's a tough when you're facing that quarterback running back combo like this sometimes, and they get going in their play calling groove, and their running back is hitting his numbers, and Charles is hitting his numbers, getting positive yards, a couple of short gains, a couple of long gains, but pretty much just getting good yards every play that he runs the ball. First down and 10 for Cincinnati at the Baltimore 18. Play action pass to Scott Chandler in a 3-minute zone. He's covered by a 4. This is where Keenan Allen's passes were incomplete earlier. And receiver incomplete. Only 10 units of incomplete on Chandler. It's a decent receiving tight end there. And Butch has got to wonder, what am I going to do to complete a short pass wrong against these 4s? He's missed 3 straight. And the first 2 would have been for touchdowns. 2nd and 10 for the Bengals at the Baltimore 18. This Raven defense has stiffened in the red zone. And run left to Jamal Charles. Defense getting past. Defensive ends of 4. This could be big for the Bengals. Defensive end -2 or +3, and it's only a 3-yard gain. Better than -2, but Cincinnati was certainly hoping for better than that. As they're going to face now a 3rd and 7. They would have liked to at least get 5 yards. 3rd and 7, they go 3 wide with Marvin Jones, the 3rd receiver. Last time we saw a blitz, we have seen some double coverage, but never double coverage. Off tackle to Jamal Charles. With the 6 back there. He wants something on defense's guard, and he gets it. 8 is 10 yards plus the box. And with the nickel in there, it's a touchdown. The box comes into play, and Butch's slow and steady approach, not slow, but even-handed approach comes through for him as he handed it off to Charles. A very low-risk play, and he gets the 10-yard gain plus the box. A big 15-yard touchdown to take the lead. Now comes a 2-point conversion try. As I should pay attention to that, it's 19-14. Play action to Scott Chandler, short pass wrong. Guess what? Incomplete. There were 4 guys in there, I believe, that time, but which cannot put a short pass wrong in the red zone. But it's 19-14 Bengals. And we are set up for a fantastic finish here. 9:54 to go. The kick goes down to the 6-yard line. Keyshawn Martin rolls a 9 and brings it out 23 yards up to his own 29. So the Ravens are trailing 19-14, 9:18 to go. Season on the line. Winner makes the SSFA semifinals, where they will face either the Jets, the Rams, the Chiefs, or Jacksonville. Actually, these teams can't face. Cincinnati could face the Chiefs. That's right. Short pass to Jermaine Grisham. Dump off for Newton. Short game. He's so often in Strat-O-Matic. You see a game like this. That's a big first down. Looks like a 15-yarder. 16-yarder since Baltimore out to their own 45 now. So often I feel like you have things that go well in the game, and in the fourth quarter you go back to them, and they come up again. And just when getting the dump-offs, and he's getting more of them now. Short pass Danny Amendola. Yes, correctly. And that was a dump-off, the last one. There's a must-run for Newton, gains 5 yards. Cam has not had success running the ball today. The end runs have not been working, and the must-runs have largely not been working. He's at 9 carries for 11 yards. But he did pick up a couple of decent must runs, and that was one of them. 2nd down and 5 for the Bengals at midfield, 8:24 to go. for the Ravens, rather, at midfield. 8:24 to go. They need a touchdown to take the lead. Looking past Arian Foster. There's 2 minutes zone, but defense gets a run. Defender X -2 or +1. That's a 1-yard gain. As for Ray Armstrong, couldn't make it. He's a 0. That was a white die 4. So the injury hurts the Bengals there. Would have been a 3rd and 5 with containment. Now it's a 3rd and 4, no containment. That 1 yard makes all the difference in Strat when it comes to play calling on 3rd and 4th down. Pro set pistol for the Ravens. This formation has not done well for them so far today. And it's looking past to Marcel Reese against the linebacker 4. Defense getting run. So this is good for the offense. And 10 is a 10-yard completion from Cam Newton around Marcel Reese. Now, see, you get the 4 and 5 incomplete, just like Russell Wilson. A flat pass wrong. That's still a high percentage play. Just not as high percentage as other quarterbacks have. Still high percentage if you just do the math. 1st and 10 for the Ravens at the Cincinnati 39. They need a touchdown. And run left to Cam Newton, and Butch sniffs it out again. And no gain for Cam Newton and run right. I swear, Butch is like 5 for 6 guessing run when Cam Newton does the end run. And the one time he gets wrong, he got a 5 -4 on wrong on Cam Newton. So 2nd down and 10 for the Ravens. 6:54 to go. Field goal does them very little good here. They're trailing 19-14. They need a touchdown to take the lead. Run up the middle of Arian Foster. Defense getting run. No linebackers there. Foster's own corner on right, not that good. Next year, it'll be a different story. But that's no gain for the very fine running back for the Houston Texans, certainly Pro Bowl caliber. He has 12 carries, 71 yards, but he's running out of healthy attempts. And he exits the game. 3rd and 10. The offense going pistol, 3 wide. And if he doesn't get it, he'll probably go for it here. Short pass to Jared Cook, who's double teamed. So the mess runs are out of play. And Cam Newton throws a near interception, but there's a penalty. So it was 2-7 intercepted on the defense, but it was a split 9. But the offense was called for offside, so 3rd and 15. Now for the Ravens, I'd like to see them run the ball and then go for it on 4th down, but he goes 3 wide. So you're not with Marcel Reese, so that's not going to happen. 3 wide, 1 halfback. Maybe time for a bomb. Short pass, Jericho Cotchery, who's covered by 4, is the extra. Defender extra short gain. He might not make the play, but he makes the play. D'Angelo Hall was not a 4. He's a 5. So Cotchery was not the extra, but the regular receiver. And D'Angelo Hall, a 5 against a white tie 4. Only a 0 would have failed to make that play. This time, the Ravens are going to punt it. It's 4th and 15, so that makes sense. And the defense goes for the block, and they get the block. 12 on Sam Martin is blocked. The Bengals block the kick. And Marcel Reese recovered it for the Ravens, but it was not able to advance it for a 1st down. And Jeff says, that's why I went for it last time. It was 4th and 15. You have to punt it there. Of course, I thought he had to punt it on the one from the 48 with the lead, but he didn't. Wow. First one blocked all year. Bad time for it. Big break for the Bengals. I mean, they would have had the ball anyway, but now they have it at their own 42. So, there's a difference of about at least 30 yards of field position there. And, of course, now they only need to get about 20, 25 yards to get into field goal range and force Baltimore to need a touchdown plus a 2-point conversion just to tie. 5:42 to go. So this is a pivotal sequence here, obviously. Not to belabor the obvious, but this is a pivotal sequence here. Off tackle right for Jamal Charles gets wrong again. Guess what? I bet he gets some good yards here. Defensive tackle +3 or +17. That time Jamal only gains 3. 20 carries. Looks like 164 yards and a touchdown. 2nd down and 7 for the Bengals at their own 45. See, sometimes it comes down to crunch time. Guys get extra conservative on defense and call pass extra conservatively. But Butcher just had Jeff's number with the play calling. He's had him off balance for most of the game, especially the second half. There's another off tackle wrong for Jamal Charles. There is a defensive tackle 5 there, but no linebackers. Defensive end -1 or +5. He's only a 4. That is a 5-yard pickup. Cliff Averill, more of a pass rusher, could not make the play. White tie 6 against a 4. And it's a 5-yard pickup for Charles, so now it's 21 carries, $1.69. 3rd and 2 for the Cincinnati Bengals at the 50-yard line. 4:30 to go. Blocking back formation. We all think he's going to run it with Charles, but he passes it. Maybe a looking pass. The short pass has not been working for him. Maybe a bomb to one of these 4s. Off tackle left, Jamal Charles. Defense gets his run. No linebackers in that zone. The linebackers were elsewhere on line of scrimmage. Offensive onside guard, 5-0. Rob Sims is only a 4, and he couldn't get it. Could not make the block. And Cincinnati facing a 4th and 2 from the 50. Do they punt it and rely on the defense or go for it? They're going to punt it. Like I said, Butch likes to play by the book. Here's a punt for Brett Kern. Nothing wrong with that either. That book is pretty good a lot of the times. It's a 46-yard punt that's going to be down inside the 10. You got to let this bounce, Jeff. Don't try and run it back like you did the last one. And he tries to return it again. What is he doing? Jeff tries to return another punt with, I guess, the exciting Keyshawn Martin with a touchdown and 2. Nothing else is better than 7 yards, and only one of the reading is better than 7 yards. He gets the 7-yard reading this time. Only 5 chances out of 36 to get more than 3 yards, and he's returning it for his own 4. He wants that touchdown. But anyway, 1st and 10 to the 11, cost himself 9 yards of field position probably. So the Ravens are going to take over 1st and 10 from their own 11. 3:36 to go. Linebook draw to Arian Foster. There's no one there and no linebackers behind. And he gets offensive center plus 12 or plus floor. Steven Wisniewski, a very fine young center, makes the block. A big 12-yard pickup. And the Ravens are off to a good start on this pivotal drive. They need a touchdown to take the lead. Otherwise, they're probably going to lose. Foster's down to 1 healthy carry. So the Ravens go 4 wide, 1 halfback pistol. Could see a lineman for Cam Newton here. And run left for Cam Newton, but a white die would kill him. This is not a good call, I don't think. Offensive onside guard plus 8 or plus 3. And the 4 makes the block. That's Harvey Dahl watered down to a 4 because of the passing formation. But he makes the block. 4 and a 4 gets 8 yards for Newton. 2nd down and 2 as Cam has just used his last end run, I believe. Yes, as I see the red circle of death on his icon. 2nd down and 2 for Baltimore. They go 4 wide again. They're hurrying up now. They're at their own 31. May have to see some Daniel Thomas. His score doesn't look too bad. I don't know if he's fewer than 50 attempts or something, which would make him ineligible most of the time. We got a 4 wide, 1 halfback pistol. You'll probably see a line book here, probably for Cam Newton, or a looking pass. It's a 5 pass right to Amendola. There's a 0 linebacker there, so excellent setup for the Ravens. But 12 of Newton's card is complete for -1. That is the last thing you want when you are against the clock and you call a flat pass and it gets complete for negative yardage. And the Ravens call a timeout here. Interesting choice. It's actually better. And so it's pretty much all or nothing now. This drive has to be a touchdown for the Ravens or they will lose. 3rd and 3 for Baltimore at their own 30. 2:06 to go. Off tackle draw. Arian Foster left. And he hits 8 on the defense. Plus 10 with the box. The defense was in the nickel because the offense is 4 wide. So he gets the extra 10 yards. 20-yard gain. Very timely for Arian Foster. Out to the 50-yard line as the 2-minute warning sounds. Ravens must score a touchdown. Foster is now fatigued. Get him out of the game. It's a 2-minute warning. Jeff, take him out. Okay, Marcel Reese is in there now. I know he has fewer than 50 carries, so it's either Cam Newton or running with a linebacker because he has nowhere to run or a pass. 4 wide against the nickel 3-3-5. It's a long pass to Aldrick Robinson. There's only the few safety back. There's a 4. Defensive back in zone, exit 29. He's only a 4. We need a 5 or a 6 in the right eye, and he doesn't get it. A 4 and a 4. Oh, Rashad Johnson, the free safety 4, prevents a 29-yard completion that would have brought Baltimore down to the Cincinnati 21. Oh, my goodness. Oh, 2nd down and 10. Shades of the 4 is making the play to prevent a Cincinnati touchdown in the red zone. 4 wide, 1 halfback. Nickel 3-3-5. Aldrick Robinson was the extra receiver that time. No, he's the regular split end. Flat pass right to Marcel Reese. I like it. Attack those linebackers. And he gets an incomplete pass, unfortunately, on his own card. And the veteran Harvey Dahl has trouble getting up, and he'll be out for the rest of the game. Replaced by a 4-0. 4-0 Roger Saffold. He's a 4-5 next year. 3rd down and 10 for Baltimore from the Cincinnati 50. They need a touchdown. They got 2 timeouts left. 1:45 to go. No one really to run the ball with. So it's just what type of pass. He went downfield, had a shot. Threw a flat pass, had a shot, but neither worked. Defense guessed right, but those were not bad options. A short pass to Danny Amendola. Single coverage. 4-minute zone, though. And Cam Newton comes with a clutch completion on his own card. 9 is 11 yards in the first down. He is 7-9 complete. And a host of must-run readings on 3-6. So big clutch completion. Cam's had a couple of clutch short pass right completions on his card today. And that was certainly one of them. We are really set up for a great finish here. 1:22 to go. Baltimore, 1st and 10 at the Cincinnati 39, trailing by 5. They need a touchdown to take the lead. 3 wide, 1 halfback. Defense goes nickel 3-3-5. The only one who can really run it is Cameron on linebacker. I don't think you're going to see that with the time being a factor. Short pass, Jared Cook, covered by 6. 4-man in zone, looking for a dump off or a must run. Must run reading for Newton, and Newton gains 5 yards. Cam's having a little more success running the ball now than he did earlier. No, that's not true. He has 12 carries for 24 yards, but he was doing dreadful earlier. At least now he's getting a few yards. 2nd down and 5, and the Ravens need every yard they can get, especially in chunks of 5 or more, preferably. 2nd and 5 for the Ravens at the Cincinnati 34. 1 minute to go. 3 wide, 1 halfback in the pistol. Defense nickel 3-3-5. Very little pass rush opportunity here for the Bengals. Well, they do have a left guard 0, and they'd have to blitz to take advantage of that. 2nd and 5, short pass, Jericho Cotchery, 4-man in zone. Defense double teaming elsewhere. Jeff has avoided the successful double team. Receiver reading right to Cotchery. The veteran holds it in for a 13-yard reception on the 1st down at the Cincinnati 21. Jeff has managed to avoid throwing to a double team receiver on this pivotal, potentially game-winning drive. The Ravens have 1st and 10 at the Bengal 21. They are choosing whether to call timeout, hurry up. What are they going to do? He goes hurry up. I agree with that. 37 seconds left now. 1st and 10 for Baltimore to Cincinnati 21. 37 seconds left. 3 wide, 1 halfback. Marcel Reese is the halfback. It's going to be a pass. It's a short pass to Reese. He's not double teamed. 4-man in zone. 5, the defense is incomplete. That 4-man column is a tough one to crack. And there are some really fine defenders in that Cincinnati secondary. You've got a left corner and strong safety 6. You got a right corner 5. And the Ravens are coming to the line of scrimmage trying to figure out what they want to do here. Thirty seconds left. 2 timeouts. The time is down so low now that if they take the lead, they're probably going to win the game. It's unlikely that Cincinnati can get into field goal range unless they get a great kick return or something weird like that. And they go 2 tight ends, 2 running backs. They go to a regular formation now. 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. Defense goes 4-3. Short pass, Jared Cook. 3-men in zone. Butch double teaming elsewhere. Only 3 men in the zone now. Receiver reading gets right. 10. That looks like it's going to be complete. It is. It's a 12-yard gain for Jared Cook. Down to the 9-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal at the 9. He has to call a timeout or hurry up or spike the ball. I would spike the ball here because you're not going to have time anyway. Spike the ball gives you 15 seconds, Strat-O says. Come on, Jeff. Spike it. Read it. Do the math. And, he calls timeouts. No. You're not going to get 3 plays here in 22 seconds anyway. Or 4 plays. Spike it. And then you get 3 plays. I guess it doesn't make much of a difference, I guess. I guess you could get 4 passes. 22, 15, 8, 1 if they're all complete. So he did the right thing. That was my bad. So, Jeff, you did it right, and I gave you the wrong advice there. 1st and goal from the 9 for the Ravens. 22 seconds left. 1 timeout. Touchdown. Basically wins the game and puts them in the SSFA semifinals. Season on the line for the Cincinnati Bengals and Coach Butch and the Baltimore Ravens and Jeff Bevier. Butch plays these games. I played 2 of them. Basically, he plays these games. It comes down to someone having the ball between the 5 and the 10 and a touchdown to win. Linebacker Cam Newton. It's a terrible, terrible call. He gains a yard up the middle. Now you have to use your last time out. And even if there was nobody there, what are you going to get there? And it's inside the 10. There's going to be somebody there unless you double teams. That's not a good call. Jeff Bevier. I know I've questioned some other calls, but so he uses his last time out. Now, if you get a must run short of the end zone, you lose. You cannot run a linebacker with Cam Newton there. I don't care what you think the defense is going to do. I don't care if he's got a nose tackle 0 and then dime 3-2. Well, he can't go dime inside the 10, but Jeff, he just wasted his last time out and about 1 yard. I mean, that card would not get anything on Newton's card. 2-4 to get 5 yards or more, big deal. 2nd and goal from the 8 for the Ravens. Defense going nickel 4-2-5. Butch praying that Jeff doesn't line book. Short pass, Jared Cook, not double teamed. 4-man in zone. Touchdown to win the game. 7 on Cam Newton's card. Right, wrong, and double teamed. 12-yard touchdown. Completion from Cam Newton to Jared Cook. An 8-yard touchdown, and this is going to be the game. Wow. They're going to go for the 2-point conversion. There's 1 second left. Then you're going to see a squib kick or an onside kick, and the Baltimore Ravens have come from behind twice to take down the Cincinnati Bengals, the number 2 seed, and advance to the SSFA semifinals for the first time under the stewardship of Jeff Bevier. despite the linebacker with Cam Newton that I really did not like, in case I didn't make that clear. Extra point is good, but it's academic. 21-19, and I should see, I believe, an onside kick in Strat-O-Matic will end this game. I think a squib kick can still possibly be returned. An onside kick will end the game. We'll see if Jeff is aware of that. He's trying to figure it out. Taking a minute here to make sure. His heart beating at an unhealthy rate, he says. The heart might be beating unhealthily or at an unhealthy rate, but the standings will be healthy for your mood going forward for the next couple of days. I'm going to host the semifinal. 2 and 3 seed lost. I'm going to host either Jacksonville or Baltimore, or the Chiefs if the Chiefs win. I don't think that's going to happen. Well, it could happen. And Dan's doing a great job with the team, but Jeff, we got one more play to go. He kicks it deep. Well, this guy has no touchdowns anyway, so it doesn't matter. The kick goes down to the 3-yard line. Keyshawn Martin returns it, or LaMichael James returns it, 28 yards. No miracle. No Nashville, no Music City miracle on the lateral pass back, and the game is over. 21-19. The Baltimore Ravens, with some gutsy play calling and some timely defense, come from behind to beat the Bengals. The Bengals were up 10-0. Jamal Charles had a great game. Bengals kicked 4 field goals. They were down there. They had some good play calls that could have resulted in a touchdown. Most specifically, in the third quarter, they had 1st and goal from the 10. They threw a short pass, guess wrong, twice in a row to a guy covered by a 4. Keenan Allen once, Scott Chandler, I think Keenan Allen both times. Short pass, 3-men 4 to Keenan Allen. Matt Ryan quarterbacking incomplete both times. One time the defender made the play. The other time it was only a 4. The other time was on Matt Ryan's caught an incomplete pass. And that came back to haunt them. Conversely, the Ravens in the third quarter had a 4th and goal from the 2. They were trailing 10-7. Decided to go for it. I was screaming at him to kick the field goal. Shows what I know. He ran it with Daniel Thomas, seldom used, up the middle for a 2-yard touchdown to take a 14-10 lead. Then inexplicably, the Ravens were leading 14-3 to start the fourth quarter, and I say again, inexplicably, decided to go for a 4th and 8 at the Cincinnati 48 instead of punting. Don't know what Jeff was thinking there, but he failed. He didn't get it. He got a sack for a 4-yard loss on a must run for Cam Newton, and the Bengals took over the short field, but again, were not able to punch it into the end zone, but kicked the field goal to take the lead. They were up 16-14. Then they came down again later in the quarter, and they were up 19-14 with just a few minutes to go. It was 19-14 Cincinnati with 3:36 to go. Baltimore took over their own 11 following a punt. Again, a punt he tried to return with Keyshawn Martin, or the Michael James, whoever that guy is, Keyshawn Martin, from his own 4. I don't know what he's doing there, but tried to return the punt, got 7 yards. So he started at his own 11-yard line, 3:36 to go. And the Ravens went 13 plays, 89 yards, did a great job avoiding double teams, threw some flat passes, started to drive off with a run, which I thought was a good move. And when he was out by his own 30, he did an off tackle, and he got a 10-yard gain plus the box. That was a big play in that drive to give him 20 yards and really start to make him think, all right, I can do this here. He got down inside the Cincinnati 10-yard line with about 20 seconds left. Another inexplicable play call did a linebacker quarterback on like 1st and goal for the 9. A linebacker quarterback on 1st and goal for the 9. I'm not sure what he was hoping the result was going to be on that play. But the result was he got 1 yard and had to use his last timeout. So he had no timeouts left. And Newton threaded the needle, firing an 8-yard touchdown to Jared Cook with 1 second left in the game. It was 15 seconds when the play started, I believe. With 1 second left in the game. And then he converted the 2-point conversion. No, he missed the 2-point conversion, or didn't even try it. I don't know. Didn't try it. Just kicked the extra point. And to take a 21-19 lead, did an onside, did a regular kick with 1 second left because this guy can't get a touchdown with 1 second left. And that's it. The Ravens came back 21-19. Tough loss for Butch. Really good game. Played well by both guys. I know I had a couple of criticisms of Jeff's decision-making on a couple of spots there. But he might have a chance to really stick it to me. As the semifinals begin to take shape, we might play. I'm going to be hosting. Going to come to the Meadowlands for a semifinal. I did not think I would be hosting, and to get those good pass defenses, I'm very happy about that. It makes it a lot easier for me, especially on offense. I think with Manning, I like to throw down the field. I don't like to throw into those good pass defenses with the better interceptions. Wow, what a game! Just like last night's game, just down to the wire. Another barn burner to watch. Let's look at I can take a little more time now. Last night it was late. Dennis came on, of course, in a show of magnanimity and sportsmanship. Great show of sportsmanship. Came out right after the game. I didn't even ask him. He just popped on, and it was available for post-game comments. Let's look at some of the stats here. The Ravens outgained Cincinnati from scrimmage 375 to 323. And actually held the ball for time of possession more, which surprises me. 33-26, 33-27. Ravens had 24 first downs to 16. Ravens had 29 carries, 131 yards. The passing game benefited the Ravens. The turnovers were +1 in favor of Baltimore. I must have missed that. Some of that is on this interception, return fumbles, and some craziness right before the half. So the turnovers I remember Cam Newton getting picked off in the end zone and Matt Ryan getting picked off right before the half. So the Cam Newton interception in the end zone was kind of the only real turnover in the game. So Baltimore was actually -1 then, if you look at it that way. I might be missing a fumble or something. I don't think so. Cam was 21 of 38 for 252 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. And made a lot of clutch plays. Arian Foster had 14 carries for 103 yards. Jamal Charles was outstanding for the Bengals in defeat. 22 carries, 169 yards. Matt Ryan struggled. 18 of 31, 165 yards. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He was really good in the first half, efficient. And then it kind of went south on him. The Bengals had an injury on defense, losing their left linebacker 4, and he was replaced by a 0. But Baltimore played almost the whole game without Torrey Smith, who's their best receiver and a deep play threat. So a bit of a wash there, depending on how you feel, how important you feel receivers are. I think they're important. Steven Gostkowski missed a field goal. Boy, the block punt. Sam Martin's punt was blocked in the final minutes. Cincinnati was unable to take advantage. That was a big sequence. It's a very tough loss for Butch. Very tough loss, but a really good game. They both did a lot of things really, really well. A couple of decisions of Jeff's I really didn't like, but overall they both coached pretty well. If not very well. I should maybe say very well they coached. Wow, 21-19 Ravens over the Bengals. So you're going to have now, as I maybe consider going to the website for the league, we had 4 quarterfinal games, and 3 of them are finished. You had Jacksonville with a miracle come from behind victory, getting 2 unlikely turnovers and 10 points in the last 4 minutes to defeat Seattle 27-24. And I think Jacksonville is the 8th seed. You've got Baltimore here, just beat Cincinnati 21-19. I think they are the 6th seed. Yes, Jacksonville 8th seed. Baltimore seed. You got my Jets, the only home team to win in the quarterfinals so far. I beat Oakland, the 5th seed. I beat Oakland 13-3, defensive game. So those 3 teams are advancing. The Jets are going to host a game in the semifinal. Did not think that was going to happen. So I got very lucky with that. St. Louis and Kansas City. That is your remaining SSFA quarterfinal. That's going to be Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm trying to make sure I get over here to call that game. I have some plans into the afternoon, and we'll see what happens. But I'm really hoping to call that game. And the winner of that game will join Jacksonville, Baltimore, and the Jets in the SSFA semifinal. The Jets are going to host Baltimore, or they're going to host Kansas City. All right, if St. Louis wins, it'll be Jacksonville at St. Louis and Baltimore at the Jets. If Kansas City wins, it'll be Kansas City at the Jets and Jacksonville at Baltimore. So I'm going to get either Baltimore or Kansas City in the semifinal as I try to return to the Super Bowl for the first time in a couple of years. And we'll see what happens. I think Nathan's the only other guy. No, Jay has a Super Bowl title with this team as well, with this league as well. So Jay and I are two guys that have a chance to become the first two-time SSFA Super Bowl winner. And we're the only two. Nathan, I don't think, won one. No, he lost to me. I don't think he won elsewhere. Another one. But wow, that's a great game. I'm going to sign off now, take care of some things here in the house. And I'll see you hopefully Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, for Kansas City at Green Bay. Kansas City at St. Louis, rather. If I can't make it, feel free to download a Spectator Final and watch the game. Spectator File for the website and watch the game. Adios.